Monsanto knows the importance of supporting entrepreneurs and innovators in St. Louis. Started by a visionary entrepreneur more than a century ago, Monsanto has grown to nearly 4,000 local employees. Currently in the process of an over $400 million expansion of the company's Global Research Center in Chesterfield, Monsanto is as committed to bringing cutting-edge, innovative agriculture solutions to market that help farmers around the world nourish a growing global population. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Deborah Patterson, President of the Monsanto Fund.
Thank you. And what an incredible, inspirational evening it has been. I go to a lot of events, and so do a lot of you in this room. But it's rare that I leave an event or come to the conclusion of an event where I'm filled with hope. So it is an honor to be able to present the Arcus Award for Achievement in Entrepreneurship and Innovation on behalf of Monsanto. St. Louis's entrepreneurs and innovators are transforming our region, and they are doing so in a big way. St. Louis is consistently ranked as a leading startup hub. The hard work of many of you in this room have helped propel Missouri to the top spot. I know it's hard to believe, but it is true because I read it in the Wall Street Journal. Number one in the country for new business startups. And just last month, Business Insider ranked St. Louis number one on its best places to create a startup. The entrepreneurial resurgence in our community is incredibly real. The finalists honored tonight are entrepreneurs, mentors, investors, and others that are making St. Louis the envy of the nation. Isn't that wonderful? Envy of the nation. Yes, I said we deserve that. At Monsanto, we are thrilled to be part of this dynamic community. Let's take a look at this year's outstanding finalists.
I was working for a private equity firm and co-working space in Columbia, and when I was speaking to the owner, a lot of the conversations we had was around startups that were part of their private equity group and part of the co-working space that had a really hard time getting exposure and getting press for what they were doing. Let's try to get articles published coming from these individuals, sharing their thoughts, sharing their expertise, not overtly promotional or advertising, but really sharing their knowledge with their audience and see if we can connect with people on a human level in that way.
What you want as a company is you want people to wake up one day and realize you're the center of their world, and they're not sure how that happened. That's when you're big, and that is when you're sustainable. And that's what happens with companies like Google, and it's the same approach that we're taking with Acrodome, which is to build a layer that helps you in your life consume and engage with content in a better way, that helps people that produce that content, publishers, advertisers, to better engage you, and in the process we build a big business.
When the situation in Ferguson happened, I had just recently opened, because I had opened in June. After that, the business it was a halt. No one walked through my doors for 2 weeks straight. Christine Froba from New Orleans, she called the next morning and she said, I can't help the entire city of Ferguson, but I know I can help you keep your cake shop open. But I know that there's some other people that would like to do the same. Have you ever heard of a GoFundMe account? By the next morning, we had already reached over 100,000. Somehow my caramel cake got on the plane with Howard Schultz, and the question came, how would you feel if we sold your signature caramel cake in Starbucks. And the rest is history. And I started with 5 stores on August the 9th of last year. Now I'm in 13.
OPO is connecting with the broader startup ecosystem in a lot of different ways. I mean, there are a lot of the companies at OPO that are working with capital innovators, with cultivation capital companies, with companies down at Cortex. And I think, being able to broaden that pool of entrepreneurs by reaching out in St. Charles County is really the key contribution that OPO Startups has to the broader ecosystem, is that we're able to tap into folks that are, traditionally been working out of their house or the local Starbucks.
We kind of really had the thought that maybe we were going to find the next Twitter or Locker Dome or some high-tech startup that was going to, go national. And ultimately what we found was that we make things in the Metro East, and 4 of our 5 winners actually are manufacturers. So we're making vintage bats, alcohol, medical products, health and beauty items. And it's been great reconnecting with the manufacturing history that is the Metro East. And we hope to continue to build upon that.
FinTech stands for financial technology. I often think about FinTech as the place where data and great design meet money. The breadth and depth of financial services in St. Louis is second only to New York. And so when a promising FinTech idea gets to understand their ability to connect to potential customers, it's not a long sale process.
We always talk about serendipitous collisions, getting the right people in the right place at the right time so the right stuff happens. Over 420 people a week are coming out, and the reason why it's been so successful is that it's open to a broader range of the innovation community, not just focusing on biotech or high tech, but really innovation for educators and nonprofit executives and the arts community and government. And so we're bringing all these different folks together, all with the idea of innovating to improve the human condition. And when you lay it out like that, everybody wants to be a part of it. At least 20,000 people did last year.
The judges have included a message that they have asked me to read. The judges' message is, St. Louis is undeniably one of the most closely watched technology-based startup hubs on the rise, and we are proud of tonight's finalists for being at the forefront of redefining St. Louis. Entrepreneurship is about pursuing a dream, demonstrating personal resilience, securing new capital, and finding new markets. The basic ingredients are also a winning recipe for Main Street. The winner of the Arcus Award for Achievement in Entrepreneurship and Innovation goes to Natalie's Cookies and More!
I am so grateful and so thankful and so honored to be here tonight. I'm just overwhelmed right now. Thank you so much. And tonight I have with me is my parents, who's here with me tonight, and then members of my Starbucks family, who are people that care past the product. Thank you so much. You all have been so great. Thank you.